Please help my daddy reach 500 subscribers. Go Browns!
Dog Dog Your boy Kodiak back with another video. Before we get into today's video, I want to talk about a giveaway I'm going to be doing. Once we reach 200 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away one pair of these custom painted Cleveland Browns themed tennis shoes. Right now, I'm the only person that has a pair like these, and I've got a lot of good comments and good feedback on them. I actually had a lot of people want me to paint the same shoe for them. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that for everybody, but if once we hit the 200 subscribers, I will do a drawing, and one of my subscribers will win a free pair of these custom painted by me. With that being said, getting into the video, today I figured we'd talk about Baker Mayfield. And he walked out on his press conference yesterday. Tony Grossi, which if anybody's a true Cleveland fan knows who Tony Grossi is, was talking to Baker about a hurry-up situation they were in and was questioning why they were not getting to the line of scrimmage faster, which I thought was a fair question at the time. But then after Baker was clearly getting frustrated, well, let's go back. Baker has had issues with Tony pretty much all season. Now, I read an article where Tony Grossi said he thinks it dates back to when Tony wrote an article about Baker wanting to be upgraded on first-class flights during his pro day visits when he was coming out of college. But I think it's more, to me, it seems like it's more because Tony Grossi had a problem with Odell not being in voluntary mini camps, and he kept continuing to roast Odell, and Baker came to the defense of Odell. And ever since then, it seemed like Baker's always had an issue with Tony Grossi. And they usually, Baker will make little comments towards Tony every press conference damn near. You could tell he does not like him. And yesterday it kind of boiled over. Tony asked Baker if he was happy with the fact was he happy with how that drive turned out, that no huddle drive. And Baker said something along the lines like, "What? Are you kidding me? Like, that's the dumbest question you could have asked. You've never played before." And he said, and Baker he said, "Why would I be happy when we didn't score points?" And then he just said, and he walked away. And then he said, "Jesus, Tony." So I figured we'd talk about that whole situation. Baker, I love Baker Mayfield, okay? I really do. There's a lot of Cleveland Browns fans that are down on him right now, but I really think he's our guy. I really do. I think he's going to get it figured out. And he's clearly under a lot of pressure right now. He's feeling the heat. He is. And I think that's what that was yesterday. He's feeling the heat of all the media, all the world, seeing the Cleveland Browns fail right now. And a lot of people saying Baker's a bust now. And it's clearly getting under his skin. Now, I can't stand Tony Grossi. In my opinion, Tony Grossi is a jackass. And his reporting is suspect at best. We got two reporters in Cleveland that I can't stand. Tony Grossi and Mary Kay Cabot. Mary Kay Cabot is just a gossip columnist. That's what she is. Now, I don't know, maybe all NFL teams have bad reporters, but the Cleveland Browns reporters have been around forever, the same ones, and I can't stand most of them. But especially Tony Grossi and Mary Kay Cabot. Now, I applaud Baker Mayfield for what he did, standing up to Tony and calling Tony Grossi out on his bullshit. But at the same time, I would like to see Baker handle that situation a little better. I like the fact that Baker's outspoken. I like the fact that Baker is not afraid to speak his mind. But there comes a point where you got to be the representation of the Cleveland Browns. And although I like what he did and I like that he stood up to Tony, I do not like the fact that he walked out of the press conference. It made him look like a baby. And that's something Baker's going to have to learn, because it's not a good look for him. You know, he could stand there in that press conference and fire back at Tony the whole time, and I'd be okay with it. I think it's funny shit. I love it. But when you walk out, then it looks like you can't handle the pressure. Now, maybe Baker wants that heat. We know that he likes people doubting him. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I felt like I liked, for the most part, what Baker did, but part of it I did not like. I didn't like the part of him walking out on the press conference. I want him to be, you know, he's supposed to be our leader. He's supposed to be our guy of the future. That's what he's supposed to be. He's the face of our organization. So I want to see him be the bigger man in that situation. Now, Tony Grossi also said that he's tried to pull Baker aside a couple times and talk to him personally, and Baker wants nothing to do with it. And I don't blame Baker. In my opinion, Tony is a troll. He's blocked me on Twitter. He blocks everybody on Twitter when you call him out on stuff. And I think he's so bored with his job. The guy has been around the Cleveland Browns organization forever. And I think he's just wore out with it, in my opinion. I don't know him personally. I've talked to him one time, briefly, at the Cleveland Browns Colts joint practices in Indianapolis. And I kind of went over there to give him a piece of my mind. And he was actually a pretty nice guy, personally. But I just don't like his reporting. He's a jackass. His reporting's terrible. But like I said, I don't really know the guy personally, so I'm not trying to slam him on a personal level. But I'm just slamming him on a professional level. I just think he's wore out with his job, and I think he's bored off his ass. And I think he literally tries to get under the skin of fans and under the skin of players. I really think he does. So it is what it is. Now, I'm sure this is going to be blown up. It is blowing up already. It's all over the media, all over the national media. I'm sure Colin Cowherd's going to eat this shit up, which is fine. That guy's a joke. He knows he's a joke. So I don't care about Colin Cowherd. I almost think it's funny how much he hates on Baker Mayfield. A lot of people let it get under their skin. I don't. I think it's pretty fucking funny because it's so egregious that it's so bad that it's just laughable. He literally takes time out of his day to attack Cleveland and to attack Baker Mayfield. That's how pathetic of a human being Colin Cowherd really is. So understand that. He tries to give advice. He's the last one you ever want to listen to advice from. So, Colin Cowherd, fuck off. Other than that, I really don't have a lot else to say in this video. I just wanted to talk about this whole Baker situation. It kind of popped up right after I made my video talking about Rashard Higgins yesterday. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.